These are 8 countdowns about boss battles on your channel. Ha ha ha! Are you fucking serious, Obsidious fan? Oh, Suda51, you're a genius bastard. I enjoy your work in all of your games, but the No More Heroes series is your true masterpiece. As you should know, last year I finally got to try out these great games, and I truly fell in love with them. With its unique story, wacky characters, great music, satisfying combat, and, of course, all the epic boss battles it has to offer. I mean, you could already tell that's today's topic, it's in the title of the video. In these games, the socially awkward otaku Travis Touchdown has to kill all the different assassins from the United Assassins Association in order to get revenge or booty, depending on which game we're talking about. Every character from this rank association has everything: great personality, great backstory, great music, and great battles, with some obvious exceptions. So, I am here today, obsidiously, to bring you my top 10 favorite No More Heroes bosses, judging them by the criteria I mentioned seconds ago. Top 10, not top 25, because the Attack of Flame already did a damn good job by listing down every single boss. So sit back and enjoy, because this is going to get nasty.
That was quite a move. I'll admit you've got potential. If challenge had a taste, you'd be quite delicious. Fight for the 7th? Yeah, sure. Bring it on! I love a challenge! You're as good as dead.
As I said many times, one of the many things I like about No More Heroes is the creativity and downright craziness that some of these boss battles contain. I mean, you can battle a superhero cosplayer, or even an old lady with a giant laser cannon. But my favorite must be Charlie McDonnell and his cheerleaders. At first, he seems like a cliché football player, but when the battle begins, they summon a giant robot while Dr. Naomi sends Travis a giant mecha based on his favorite anime, so the ranked match can begin. I wish I had the talent to make this shit up. The fight against Charlie McDonnell and the Santa Death Parade is only at number 10 because the combat itself is slow and boring at times, but the concept of a giant robot match is just extremely epic and extremely crazy at the same time. It's all about punching, jumping and blocking until your energy meter is filled so you can unleash a powerful attack, adding some cinematic effect to the fight. But be careful, because Charlie can do the same as well. Something else I really like about this battle is the music. How ironic it is that the most massive and epic battle in the game has also the quieter and simpler music track in the entire game. I think that's the mood Suda went on purpose for the atmosphere, and he did a good job. Crazy, epic and downright fun, Charlie McDonnell delivered with a good boss battle, and it just gets better from here.
You're as good as dead.
Travis Touchdown is definitely one of the best protagonists in gaming, and this is mainly because of how well developed he is. This is especially shown in the second game, but I think it started in the original one, with the battle against Holly Summers. Unlike Charlie McDonnell, Holly Summers is an interesting character that we must analyze. She's a Swedish model with a mechanical leg that can fire missiles, and she can be fought at the beach. Just another created character from a creative game. The stage before the fight, while annoying, is one of the most memorable in the game, with soldiers and landmines all over the beach. But the boss fight itself is where it gets interesting. Holly Summers herself is an expert in explosives, as you can tell by her strategy. She runs around misleading you to step on her landmines, launching a swarm of missiles from her leg, or just downright beating you with her shovel. Yes, she can be considered as annoying, but I think it's one of the more unique battles in the franchise, and it feels really satisfying when you finally get to attack her with your green katana. What's not satisfying is the cutscene after the battle. Because of his attitude towards women, Travis is unable to finish Holly, so she has to commit suicide. Ouch, that must hurt! The protagonist felt guilty and dishonorable because of this, and from this point he begins to understand that being an assassin may not be as cool as he imagined. That is very powerful for the first game. Holly Summers is part of one of the best moments in No More Heroes 1. She has a creative design, an interesting boss fight, and the character herself was honorable and likable, to the point it changed Travis's ideals. I guess there is nothing else to say except, if they ever make a No More Heroes movie, that chick from Tron Legacy should play Holly Summers.
You're as good as dead.
Oh man, I am about to battle Let's Shake! This is gonna be awesome! He's voiced by Klaus from American Dad and he has a giant earthquake machine for a weapon. Oh yes dude, I'm going to love this battle! Too bad he's killed by Henry at the last minute and you never get to fight Let's Shake! God damn it. Of course, until No More Heroes 2, when another plot twist is being thrown at you and he reappears as Dr. Let's Shake, since he was fused with his earthquake machine. This was just another genius idea by the developers, and both twists can really catch you off guard. The character itself is insane, especially his cyborg version, with a hilarious speech pattern.
Efficient turn of events, do you agree? Question mark.
Dr. Let's Shake plays very different from other assassins in these games, as you will have to think of every move you make if you want to avoid the earthquakes and reach the machine so you can damage it. Strangely enough, even if you will have to put more thought into it, the fight against Dr. Let's Shake still has a dynamic and intense atmosphere, like most No More Heroes bosses. Blending strategy with fast combat is a very interesting move, and I think it really worked out for this boss battle. This is strengthened by the music, which is a great crazy rock song, called Losing Bowel Control? Yeah, the soundtrack in both games have really odd name choices, something I find amusing. Overall, Dr. Let's Shake is just another great boss with lots of creativity to it, with some unique build-up, original battle strategy, and an amazing music. I really enjoyed this battle! Exclamation mark!
You're as good as dead.
What could be better than fighting a Soviet astronaut that can fire giant lasers from space? Well, I can actually think of at least a million things better than that, but that's beside the point. At number 7 we have the epic battle against Captain Vladimir Taktarov. This character is one of the more unique ones in the series, as Captain Vladimir is a Soviet astronaut who got lost in space, and somehow managed to get back to Earth. Obviously enough, Sylvia didn't have a better idea than listing him on the UAA. What a bitch! Vladimir himself is just another insane character, since he is convinced that the Cold War is still going on. That's a very interesting concept. Now on to the boss battle. First of all, the song called Shoegazer Watch the Stars, yes, I don't know what's up with this name, creates a perfect atmosphere since it sounds psychedelic and space-ish. A great music choice for this great fight. Captain Vladimir will float around during the entire match, protecting himself with an energy shield, and he will attack you with a lot of lasers, either from his suit or his giant space cannon. Huh, I didn't know the Soviets had all that technology during the Cold War. I mean, giant nuclear tanks maybe, but a space cannon? Metal Gear Solid 3 has been lying to us, people! Now that I mention Snake Eater, Vladimir reminds me of somebody. Nah, it's not the Fury, because that is an overused joke, but I digress. Overall, the fight itself is one of the more entertaining ones, but it's also very easy, and that's why Captain Vladimir is not higher. He did not present a true challenge, but I still had a lot of fun with his tricky attacks. After the battle, Travis lets Vladimir die in peace after he realizes he's back at Earth. That was pretty honorable for this protagonist, I must say.
Glory to the Soviet Union.
You're as good as dead.
Oh man, this chick! This fucking chick! She is just insane! Rank 2 of the original UAA, at number 6 we have Batgirl. Where do I even begin with one of the most wacky and downright disturbing characters in the series? Batgirl is a woman that lives at the destroyed stadium basement. Wanna know what she does for a living? Nothing special. She dresses up in a sweet Lolita style, drinks beer, and beats the crap out of her sex slaves. Oh my! She may seem cute at first, but it's pretty obvious that Batgirl is a violent and sadistic bitch, and that's the only impression you should get from her. What's most disturbing is that we don't know absolutely anything about Batgirl's backstory, something that I appreciate deeply. The battle itself is just like her, crazy. She will constantly try to beat up Travis with her bat in different ways, to the point she may even set it on fire. Oh, and that's not all, since Batgirl sometimes will start throwing her slaves at you like if they were baseballs, and the only way to avoid damage is to knock them back with your beam katana. Heck, she may even pull a fake out instant kill attack on you. Just be careful when she starts crying. The music sets the mood perfectly with a great song, Pleather for Breakfast, which I think it's a look at Batgirl's insane mind. Just my opinion. In conclusion, this is one of the most challenging battles in the original No More Heroes, since you will have to think of every move you make before damaging Batgirl. An insane character with an insane fight, and if that's not all, even an insane death. I am not an easily impressed person, but damn, girl!
You're as good as dead.
Just imagine this. It's Friday night and you take off your girl for a date in a magic show. And suddenly, you discover that the wacky stage magician is in reality an assassin who wants to kill you. It's most likely that magician is rank 4 on the UAA, Harvey Moisewicz Volodarsky. Man, I just butchered his name, didn't I? Indeed, in case you couldn't get more of creative and colorful assassins, here you have another one at number 5. Like I just mentioned, Harvey is a Russian stage magician and an assassin performing in Santa Destroy. Luckily for him, Travis attends his show with Sylvia and another great ranked match begins. Harvey fights with 2 magic staffs and, as you can expect, with a lot of tricky attacks based on magic tricks, like firing doves, sudden disappearance, turning the battlefield upside down, and even locking Travis in an explosive box that can instant kill you if you don't get free. The idea of Harvey being a magician is translated perfectly with all of his interesting attacks, and the battle presents a good challenge with some fun gameplay. The music on this battle, called Bioelectrolysis, sounds just so magical, no pun intended, with some crazy instrumentation that sets a relaxing yet dynamic mood. Overall, Harvey Volodars, whatever you pronounce his name, is just another example of creativity, with a unique concept, some catchy music, and a very entertaining battle. And if that wasn't enough, his death is just as extravagant as he is.
You're as good as dead.
If you ask me what I think is one of the most underrated boss battles in video game history, I would have many answers, but one of them would be Ryujin, rank 7 of No More Heroes 2. He just doesn't get the attention from fans he truly deserves. Maybe it's because his fight starts off with a motorcycle battle that sounds good on paper, but the execution is clunky and god-awful, so he didn't start off with a good first impression. However, after that, the real battle against Ryujin is just one of the best in the game. This fight presents an authentic challenge, as this Japanese assassin has the fight style of a true swordsman, and you will have to be very careful with every single one of his attacks, or you will receive quite a lot of damage. When his health goes down, Ryujin will summon a giant energy dragon while the battle goes on. This makes everything even more intense, epic, and challenging. I am sure this is how Darkstar would have fought. The setting on this boss fight is just amazing. Travis and Ryujin will fight at the sunset while the song Subuta 2 sounds in the background, which just enhances the atmosphere of 2 samurais fighting like a classic movie. Too bad this song is shared with Matt Helms. That brings some bad memories. When we talk about personality, Ryujin himself is one of the least memorable ones, but it doesn't change the fact that he is still interesting. He shares a lot of characteristics with Travis, to the point you may even call him his Japanese equivalent or rival. Heck, He can summon a dragon while Travis is able to transform into a tiger, both of which are supposed to be natural enemies as Yin and Yang. You gotta love that symbolism. Ryujin was an honorable fighter that respected his opponent, and he truly delivered with a challenging, atmospheric, and amazing battle. He even represents some emotional impact for Travis, since Sylvia killed him because the protagonist didn't want to, as he was enjoying the match against another skilled warrior. Again, what a bitch!
You're as good as dead.
The common opinion is that Alice Twilight is the best boss in the entire No More Heroes series, and you know what? I agree. Granted, that doesn't mean it's my favorite, but in my eyes it's definitely the best one, enough to be at number 3. First of all, she's also the boss of one of the most memorable levels in No More Heroes. Travis' touchdown will have to travel through a suburb while the sun is hiding in the distance. The music and the graphics sets a perfect atmosphere that makes you wonder if all the killing you are doing is morally correct. All these questions are culminated in the fight against Alice herself, and the battle is just amazing. She will use 6 beam katanas with a weird machine. You cannot rest for one single second while fighting Alice. She can either shoot you or perform long and powerful combos. The player will have to be very careful with every move they make and use all of their skills in a challenging, intense and incredibly atmospheric battle. The music is one of this battle's strongest points. The theme of Alice Twilight is Subuta 1, and it's a great mixture of different music styles. It's creepy, emotional, incredibly catchy, and it truly reflects the depressing feelings of Travis and Alice while they are fighting. And, of course, I can't live without talking about the character herself. Alice not only looks like Marluxa's sister, but she also has a great design, especially with that crazy and badass weapon. She is very tragic if you ask me, since she is aware that assassins are just anything but heroes, and this moral lesson impacts Travis, especially after her death. After Alice dies, Travis finally decides to stop all the pointless assassinations that Sylvia is forcing him to do, only left to kill Jasper fucking Batts Jr. Overall, Alice truly deserves the title of best boss in No More Heroes. The character was memorable as heck, the fight is challenging and entertaining, and the way she impacts Travis is truly emotional. I hope you rest in peace, Alice. Well, now that the segment is over, let's Google Alice Twilight to see what can we find. Oh, damn you, internet!
You're as good as dead.
So, Travis finally found her crazy stepsister and killed her to finally get his revenge, and the number 1 rank in the original UAA. As our hero relaxes in his house, the game comes to an end, until a new assassin pops out and kills him. That's the end, goodbye! But if you manage to get the good ending, the guy who killed Let's Shake appears and kills this new assassin. So the real final battle of the game against Henry Cooldown begins, and it's just so epic in many ways. First of all, Henry reveals after the fight that he really is Travis's Irish stepbrother and that Sylvia is his wife, in another hilarious scene in which the 4th wall is destroyed with a freaking nuke. Classic Suda 51, but the boss fight itself is where it's at. Fighting Henry is reminiscent of other equally powered bosses, you know, like Riku Ansem, Virgil, Rondas or just Dream Sam. Henry has similar skills and abilities as Travis's, making up for an incredibly fast, dynamic and overall epic fight against your stepbrother. Heck, even his annoying instant kill attack is freaking awesome! The gameplay of this battle is just so blood pumping that I can't put it into words. You have to experience it yourself. And the music! Oh, the music! Henry's theme, which has my favorite name ever, it's called We Are Finally Cowboys. It's crazy, it's fast and makes an epic atmosphere for an epic battle. Challenging, dynamic, action-packed and with a great concept, amazing build-up and interesting plot twist, Henry Cooldown is the best boss in the original No More Heroes, and you should definitely try to get that real ending just to fight him. It just makes you wonder, how much better can we get from here? Well, let's find out at the number 1 spot.
You know this song?
Nope.
How tragic. Then let me teach you.
I tried not to. I really tried not to. But Margaret Moonlight is my favorite boss slash assassin in No More Heroes, and there is nothing I can do about that. So deal with it and I'll explain why. Let's analyze the character. Margaret Moonlight is a girl that dresses up in a gothic Lolita style and acts as a Grim Reaper equivalent, as she is bound to end with the lives of people that deserve it, for example, many assassins of the UAA. Margaret not only has a creative concept but also a well-designed aspect, especially with the inclusion of her weapons, a pair of sights with rifles for polearms. Not only this is unique and badass, but it also enforces the idea of her being a Grim Reaper. Margaret Moonlight also wins major points for the level right before her fight, as Travis will have to go through a supermarket as the sun is setting, until you finally meet her at the roof when it's already nighttime. It's just so unbelievably awesome and a great setup for the actual battle. But let's cut to the chase and talk about the actual fighting. Margaret will mostly hide around the roof and shoot Travis with her odd weapons. Normally, when a boss uses projectiles, it ends up as cheap and annoying, but this is not such case, as it's not too hard to avoid the shooting, and you can even hide behind the tanks in the roof, so it presents a very fair challenge. Once you reach Margaret, she will not hesitate in using her sights for some strong combos, so I recommend you watch out for these attacks. Overall, the entire fight is challenging and action-packed, but in an odd case, it can also feel really entertaining and fun at times. So far, all of these put Margaret in equal grounds as Henry or Alice, but what makes this boss fight so different is the song. As you probably know by now, the music that sounds during Margaret's battle is called Philistine, a vocal song performed by Margaret herself that taunts Travis about how he's not a hero as he killed many people. This song was just a genius move from developer Grasshopper Manufacture, as the incredible music blends with the gameplay in a unique, charismatic and overall incredible way. Just listen me. I am not saying that this song is the main reason I like Margaret so much, but it makes the entire fight stand out from the rest. Heck, this was one of the few times in gaming history in which I was singing while fighting at the same time. In fact, do you want me to sing Philistine to you right now?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe I should stop singing from now on. Overall, the battle against Margaret Moonlight has everything I like about No More Heroes. The character is memorable, her level is really fun, her concept and weapons are unique, the combat is satisfying, the fight is intense, dynamic and entertaining, and the song makes up for a fitting mood, and it just blends perfectly with the gameplay, once again showing the creativity of these awesome developers. And yeah, she is voiced by Tara Strong, so that's a plus. I am Obsidious fan, and for all of these reasons, Margaret Moonlight is my favorite No More Heroes boss. Not what I consider the best one, but my personal favorite. Goichu Suda and all of your developing team, you are all amazing and creative. Please, despite what people say, never stop making awesome games. Oh, could you please work on No More Heroes 3? Please? Do it now! Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys next time.